Alright, shalawam. First off, I want to say all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders at GMS, to the elect doing the work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. There's GMS precepts, and there's our chud here. And I got a few articles here. This first one here is from the Hill. And as soon as I read this, I thought of a scripture. I thought of two scriptures actually that I got here. And I also thought of a movie, right? More so the next article, but this also, right? So it says one third of Americans think political violence is justifiable, right? And the other article I got is from Newsweek.com. It says Texas secessionists working with 5 other states, leaders say, right? So this reminded me of the movie that recently came out called Civil War. Mind you, both of these are recently dated. This is as of the 21st. Oh, and this also. But they reminded me of that movie Civil War, which in the movie Civil War you had Texas and California. Um, they were they were the leaders of the states that succeeded from America, right? So what you see happening here is you have a lot of division going on here um, in America, right? You have people that are upset. Oh, that's what is that? Proverbs 29:2. Let me get that real quick. Proverbs 29, real quick, and we get back to it. This is Proverbs 29:2. It says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." Right. So based on the constant infightings, right? The constant racial tension, class tension, right? The constant divide that's going on throughout the whole country lets you know what type of leaders are ruling, right? If we were under a righteous authority, right? If we were under a righteous kingdom or righteous rulership, we wouldn't have all these states trying to succeed from America. We wouldn't have um, all this division. You see, because it would be everything would be done accordingly. Everything would be done righteously, right? But since we live under a wicked rulership, people are upset with that, right? That's why you have, especially with this whole situation with the immigrant thing, it's just getting ridiculous now. You see, and you have a lot of people that are upset. It's so ridiculous. It seems like it's being done on purpose. I mean, that's how ridiculous it is. I mean, the fact that they're getting more rights than citizens that's been here for years, it just doesn't make sense, right? But that's what happens when you have a wicked ruling, right? Um, so back to this article. Yeah, it says one third of Americans think political violence is justifiable, right? Let me pause this before it starts playing. I guess I couldn't get it. It says, in an election year, Donald Trump and other Republican leaders have refused to commit to accepting November's results. Blah, blah, blah. The growing concern that this year's elections could lead to or even be decided by political violence, right? So they're telling you right there, and I always said that I think it doesn't matter who wins, and that's even if we make it to the election, right? But it really doesn't matter who wins, whether Trump gets in or not. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be very chaotic, right? It's going to be very chaotic, right? Let's go to this article. Texas Secession is working with 5 other states, leaders say, right? Texas nationalists are coordinating with secessionist campaigners from five other states who are interested in breaking away from the United States. The claim was made by Daniel Miller, president of the pro-independence Texas Nationalist Movement, on the latest edition of his late night coffee talk online show that was broadcast on Facebook, right? So you got a lot of tension going on here, man, right? Let me get this scripture in Ezra's, second Ezra's, the ninth chapter. Um, I'm gonna start at 15. It says, "For sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, in swords in their hands." Right. So you're gonna have a lot of it, and it's not only going to be fighting from the people towards the government. It's going to be people versus the people as well, right? And I'll prove that in the next scripture. It says, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, right? The word sedition means in insight in a it means how did they word it? I'm trying to remember it. Let me just look it up. Oh no, wrong one. It's basically a um, the when the people fight against their government, right? Sedition. It says incitement or discontent or rebellion against government, right? And that's exactly what a secession is. Like I just mentioned, especially with this whole thing with the migrants, it's getting pretty ridiculous, right? It says there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You had a whole bunch of politicians in Europe get attacked by the people. I think it was like in the span of 1 month, you had like 3 to 4 politicians get attacked. Right? That's sedition among men. That's the people being incited to war or have conflict towards their own government. And you see that in other countries. You see it here too. Right? Let me get the scripture in Zechariah 14, and it says, it's where is it? Zechariah 14 and 13. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor." Right. So, what does that mean? That means it's going to be it's going to be class warfare. It's going to be a racial warfare. It's going to be a lot of tension, not only towards the government, but amongst the people also. Right? Let's look up that word. A great tumult. Right? Tumult, confusion, disquietude, discomfiture, destruction, trouble, vexed, vexation, confusion, disturbance, turmoil, disquietude, panic. Right? That's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see a lot of discomfort. You're gonna see a lot of turmoil, destruction, and it's gonna happen throughout the four. It's gonna happen throughout the 4 corners of the earth, especially here in Babylon the Great. Right? It says confusion. You see? So it's gonna be. So it says a great tumult shall be what? Let me go back. It says that great tumult from the Lord. So this is directly the Lord is directly responsible. Right? I don't care if it's the powers that be inciting all this. Ultimately, it's all being done and orchestrated and okay and sanctioned by Yahawashi for all these things to take place. Right? From states succeeding, states succeeding from the Union or succeeding from America. You have 1/3 of the people here um, think that violence, political violence, is justifiable. I mean, this is what this place is come to, you know, and it's a beautiful thing. Why? Because it links up directly with prophecy, man. Right? So we look forward to these things because we understand that in order for the Lord to return, and in order for the Most High to send His Son down here to return and retrieve the remnant of Israel, all these things have to happen. All these prophecies have to take place. Right? So that's pretty much it, Lord willing. I'll leave these articles in the description. Lord willing, y'all was edified. Till the next show, shalom.